Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 30th of July 2018. We're going to reflect on Matthew 13, 31 to 35. Jesus put before them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that someone took and sowed in his field. It is the smallest of all the seeds, but when it has grown, it becomes the greatest of shrubs and becomes a tree so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches. He then told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed in with 3 measures of flour until all of it was leavened. Jesus told the crowds all these things in parables. Without a parable, he told them nothing. This was to fulfill what had been spoken through the prophet. I will open my mouth to speak in parables. I will proclaim what has been hidden from the foundation of the world, the gospel of the Lord. We have already reflected on the parable of the mustard seed. That was on the 17th of June. So let us look at the parable of yeast. In this parable, as in the parable of the mustard seed, Jesus is talking about how something very tiny like yeast, which is actually molecular, can lead to something really huge, like the church that has become huge today. Now, we are the yeast, and we can learn a bit from looking at a couple of its properties. 1. The purpose of yeast is to make the dough rise so that it becomes light and fluffy and easy to eat. It isn't to give the dough a particular flavor, although there are certain makers of sourdough that try to do that. Similarly, the church has a purpose, and this is stated in one form or another in all 4 Gospels. Here it is from 1. And Jesus came to them and said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. Somehow we seem to have forgotten this basic purpose. Our pastors have become administrators rather than evangelists. Others have become social workers instead of missionaries. And still others have become politicians instead of kingdom growers. We need to remind ourselves of our mission beyond the sermons we prepare or hear on Mission Sunday. 2. Yeast is microscopic, yet given a little time, it will spread right through the dough. We have examples not just in the spiritual world, but also in the secular world of how a few people were able to make a huge impact on society. There was Rosa Parks, a black woman who sparked the civil rights movement in the U.S. in the 1950s. There was Mikhail Gorbachev, who brought about the fall of the Iron Curtain in 1990. And then, of course, there was Mahatma Gandhi, who through his non-violent movement gained independence for India. But all these pale in comparison with what 12 men and a few companions succeeded in doing 2,000 odd years ago. They took the gospel around the world until the name of Christ was known in every corner of the globe. All it takes is the right ingredient, and that is a heart for God and his people. And then this yeast could be you. Every time we do something for God, whether it is a small Bible study group, a little leaflet telling people about Jesus, a reflection like this one, it is like a little bit of yeast being added to the dough. So, what are you going to do today? God bless you.